Welcome into the First Alert News Center. I'm Hannah Burbank, and here are today's top stories. Starting with story number 5. A man rescued on a Colorado mountain was lost overnight after his coworker left him behind during a hike on an office retreat. A group of 15 hikers on an office retreat left the Blanks Cabin trailhead at sunrise on August 29th. That's according to a Facebook post from the Chaffee County Search and Rescue South team. Now, one group set off to the summit of Mount Chavano and another hiked to the Mount Pass between Mount Chavano and Mount Tabagosh. The man summited the mountain alone and reached the peak at about 11:30 a.m. However, he reportedly became disoriented on his way back down. At some point, he found himself in a steep boulder field on the slopes towards Chavano Lake. Concerned for his safety, he sent his location to his coworkers. They reportedly told him he had gone the wrong way and that he needed to hike back up to rejoin the trail. The man continued with his descent. At about 3:50 p.m., he sent his location again to his coworkers, letting them know he was back on the ridge between the two mountains and near the trail. However, just after he sent the message, a storm passed through with freezing rain and high winds. The man reportedly disoriented again in the storm and lost cell service. CCAR South deployed multiple search teams. Eventually, the man was found the next day. He was taken to the hospital for additional care, and you can read the full details of this story, the events that took place that led to this search and rescue, on our website on wistv.com. Moving on to our fourth top story. A Wells Fargo employee in Arizona was found dead at her desk 4 days after she clocked in. No foul play is suspected, but other bank employees are wondering why it took so long for someone to find her. Police in Temp said 60-year-old Denise Prudhomme clocked into work at 7 a.m. on Friday, August 16th. A colleague found Prudhomme dead at her desk in a cubicle the following Tuesday. Temp police are working with the Maricopa County Medical Examiner to determine Prudhomme's cause of death. The Temp Police Criminal Investigation Bureau is investigating but does not suspect foul play. Moving on to our third top story. NHL player Johnny Gaudreau and his younger brother Matthew were killed Thursday night when they were hit by a suspected drunk driver while riding bicycles in their home state of New Jersey. That's according to police. Both Johnny and Matthew are Carneys Point, New Jersey natives and were scheduled to be groomsmen at their sister Katie's wedding that was scheduled for Friday in Philadelphia. New Jersey State Police said the brothers were cycling on a road when a man driving an SUV in the same direction attempted to pass two other vehicles and struck them from behind. They were pronounced dead on the scene. Police said the driver, 43-year-old Sean Higgins, was suspected of being under the influence of alcohol and charged with 2 counts of death by auto, along with reckless driving, possession of an open container, and consuming alcohol in a motor vehicle. He was jailed at the Salem County Correctional Facility. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the rest of your top stories after this.
When I think about the big stories in South Carolina, my mind always comes here to our South Carolina State House because of real stories that affect real people in our community. I think back on the huge teacher rally, thousands of teachers from across our state coming here to the South Carolina State House to rally with SC for Ed. In my mind, this is the heartbeat of democracy, of advocacy, of equity, of justice, and what makes our community such a special place.
WIS 10, connection happens here.
Welcome back to today's top stories. In Columbia, a middle school student brought edibles to school and gave them to several other students this week. A message sent to E.L. Wright middle school parents said school officials, quote, discovered that the edibles were distributed to several other students on Thursday. District officials did not say if the student or students involved will be facing any disciplinary action from the school or charges from local law enforcement. Officials did not say what type of edible was given out. Moving on to our top story of the day. A crash in Lexington County killed a mother and her young child. According to the South Carolina Highway Patrol, the two were in a sedan and were hit from behind on Interstate 26 Thursday morning. 47-year-old LaRonda Davis Gibson and 23-month-old Katron Mentees Gibson Jr., both from Newberry, were declared dead at the scene of the crash, according to the Lexington County Coroner's Office. The state trooper said the crash happened when Gibson's car and a tractor trailer slowed for oncoming traffic. A pickup truck crashed into the back of the car Gibson was driving. Gibson's car also crashed into the back of the tractor trailer, according to the coroner's office. South Carolina Highway Patrol and the Lexington County Coroner's Office are investigating what exactly happened. That is all for today's top stories. You can find all of these stories and more up on our website, wistv.com.